There is an overwhelming amount of research that suggests that EMF exposure is damaging to human health. So how can we as humans fight back and combat some of the deleterious effects of EMF exposure on our health? So for those of you who are brand new to my channel, my name is Lucas. I'm the founder of Ergogenic Health, and my mission is to bring you the most cutting edge health information that you'll struggle to find on Google. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe down below, like this video, and drop a comment that will help with the YouTube algorithm. So ultimately in this video, I'm going to dive into some of the dangers of EMF exposure, what EMF actually is, and how a particular type of technology known as Faraday cage technology can help combat the negative effects of EMF exposure. So first of all, let's take a look at what is EMF. EMF stands for electromagnetic field, and it is a continuous field produced by electrically charged objects such as your cell phone and Wi-Fi. EMF travels in a wave-like pattern at the speed of light, and this propagation is called electromagnetic radiation. Some EMF fields are produced naturally, like the low intensity EMF that our body emits. However, tech-made EMF, those transmitted by cell phones and Wi-Fi, are unnatural and can definitely cause some degree of health risk. So now in this diagram, we'll take a look at how much radiation penetrates the body compared to 10 years ago. So we can see back in the 1990s, we were only dealing with like one cell tower, whereas now the overpopulation and the demand on technology has required just more cell towers in our environment to keep up with demand. So you can see that each cell tower emits its own EMF, and the more EMF exposure we get, it correlates to negative health effects down the track. So we can also see the number of internet connected devices in the US home. Back in the 1990s, now we all have multiple devices connected to the internet, and the more devices in the household, the more EMFs are being produced. So this image looks at the dangers of EMF exposure. We can see cell phones, cell phone towers, wireless routers, laptops, radios, TVs, microwaves, and general radars. We can see here how specifically it can affect the hormone secretion by the body, and specifically looking at how it can affect the anterior pituitary gland with the release of two hormones, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, that plays a role in fertility and testosterone secretion. So we now know that EMF exposure can have a deleterious or a negative effect on testosterone production in men. And that is the reason why it's encouraged not to, have your cell phone on in your pocket right next to your testes, as that can, lead to negative health effects and compromise sperm production and development. It can decrease sperm count, decrease sperm motility, decrease sperm morphology. It can decrease the antioxidant capacity of your testes, and then deranged testosterone production. So if you're walking around, with a cell phone, or obviously, with a smartphone in your pocket all the time, right next to your testes or other organs, I'd suggest either putting it in flight mode, or although it's difficult to do when you need to be contacted, just consider where you're leaving your phone. We can see in this next diagram here how cell phones and smartphones can affect the central nervous system, and this is a huge one for people that experience brain fog and depression or anxiety. We can see that EMF exposure can damage or hinder our cognitive development, and can also affect our melatonin secretion, which is the master sleep hormone that regulates our circadian rhythm. And then we can also sort of see that EMF exposure can increase heart rate, it can increase blood pressure, it can cause, lead to fatigue, a burning of organs and ears, it can cause a headache, it can cause numbness, tingling, and it can also lead to impaired concentration. So in 2019 in Brussels, Belgium, actually it was the first major city to ban 5G wireless connection, and a quote by the Minister of the Government: "I cannot welcome such technology if the radiation standards which must protect the citizen are not respected, 5G or not. The people of Brussels are not guinea pigs whose health I can sell at a profit. We cannot leave anything to doubt. So you can see that not only is 5G exposure, harmful, but even 4G and the previous ones were already quite harmful. It's just that 5G possesses more harmful effects than other forms of radiation. I'd love to hear your feedback down below. Drop a comment, your stance on 5G. I'd love to get some discussions going around this topic. So now let's take a look at EMF blocking underwear. I will be leaving a link to purchase this type of underwear. They also sell other EMF blocking clothing for women as well, so you can check that out down below. So basically this technology is founded around the Faraday line of EMF blocking technology, which was actually inspired by NASA space suits. And to put simply, a Faraday cage is a container or shield made of conductive material that blocks EMF radiation around the exterior of the cage, protecting whatever is inside from any static or non-static charge or radiation. So the benefits of obviously wearing something like this would be that it helps to preserve fertility, it keeps sperm health in check, and ultimately helps with protecting our precious testosterone production as well. Now, you can see here that according to the manufacturers of this particular underwear, 99% of cell phone and Wi-Fi radiation is blocked, and they used wave stopper technology to assess this. And the other benefit is that this sort of underwear is breathable. That's a benefit. Again, remember, we want our testes to be kept cool. Anytime the testes are too warm, that can affect fertility and testosterone production. So this particular underwear is breathable as well. So if you found this video helpful, or if you want to see more content around EMF exposure and general environmental protection protocols, drop a comment down below. I've got some pretty cool, research coming up fairly shortly. And also I've got some really great Instagram posts. If you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me, ergogenic_health. But that pretty much wraps up today's video, guys. Hopefully you learned something brand new. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.